Hey guys, Colorado Dave here, just doing another video for you guys. This one is in reference to the Civivi Elementum. I wasn't going to do this video because there's so many videos out there on this knife that I didn't think it was necessary, but then I decided why not and just throw my 2 cents in as well on what I think of this knife and how it's performed for me so far since I've had it. This is newer to me. It's a newer carry. I bought it because it was very reasonably priced. They had it off the regular sale price of like 15% off. They took like another 10% off or something like that. So it ended up being a really good value at around 56 bucks, I want to say, is what it was when all was said and done. And that was with free delivery on top of it with some of the holiday specials going on. So that's the reason I went ahead and pulled the trigger and got this knife. And I had one before, actually. I had an ebony wood one, and the ebony wood one, I liked it a lot. I actually, I put my edge on it and I used it for a while, and then I ended up giving it to my brother back in Chicago. And so he's now using that knife, and I thought I'd be okay without it, but I actually really missed it, you know, because it's a great little carry. So decided to go ahead and get another one. And I figured I'd just go ahead and touch base with you guys on it here real quick. This won't be a super long video. We'll do some comparisons, and then we'll talk about the knife here a little bit, and then we will call it a day. But let's start out with some comparisons. I did bring some knives out to look at up against it. I guess I want to straighten that out like that. It's not a very big knife. That's the Praxis up against it. That's a Civivi knife as well, and you can see that it's substantially larger, the Praxis. This is going to be something more in the range of a ZT type of size knife, where this is going to be much more of a gentleman's carry type of knife. What else can I put up against it? Let's go with the Para 3, the Spyderco Para 3. Another great comparison because they're going to be fairly similar in size. The Para 3 is a little bit larger, but again, very comparable. Let's see what else we got here. Let's do my Spyderco Salt 2. Again, the reason the scales are a different color is I dyed the scales. I did not like the bright green, but this is the LC200N blade on this, which is a great little cutter. Really like this knife. Excuse me, guys. This thing slicey as can be. It's also going to be very corrosion resistant. Reason I bought it was for fishing, and in the wintertime I like to carry a knife with me when I go skiing, and it creates a lot of moisture in my coat and stuff. So I figured I wanted something that was going to be more rust resistant, and this seemed to be the solution for me. Really like it. It's also one of my first backlock knives. As I'm pretty much more of a, I was just a little nervous about using with this lock if I'd really like the knife still, and to be honest with you, I like it a lot, and it's unusual because it's just a little bit different, something a little different. I did put my edge on there. I don't know if you can see that on there, but I did put a really nice edge on there too. Anyway, great little knife. Let's take that one down. What else are we going to put up against it? Let's look at my 940. This is my Benchmade 940-1. And this is the one with the carbon fiber and S90 steel, S90V. Anyway, you can see the size difference on this one as well. You can tell that the 940 is substantially larger. It's like a 3.5-inch blade versus a 2.99-inch blade. So you are talking about a bigger blade. Still a very light knife, though, that goes up against this pretty well. What else do I have? Let's bring out my bug out. This is the new 535 BK-4. And this is just a beautiful knife. Very pretty knife. I have had some issues with the Omega springs on this knife. I actually had to take it into the shop twice. So very disappointing. Size-wise, you can tell that it's very similar to the Civivi here. The Civivi is a little bit smaller. As again, I think you have a 3.25-inch blade on this versus a 3-inch blade over here. The handle's also a little bit larger on the Benchmade. All right, what else do we got? This is a good comparison. This one matches up pretty good. This is more of a budget knife as well. This one's going to be even cheaper. This one's going to be your QSP Penguin, which is just a great little utility knife. You know, you can use it for pretty much anything. Because of the cost, this one costs you only like 30 bucks. I want to say I paid like 30 bucks for that knife, about half the price of this. And it's performed really well. I have put my edge on since, but I just like the action on it. You know, I'll throw it in my pocket here and there on a day here and there. Not a lot. I don't carry it a lot, but I do like to carry it occasionally, and I do like to use it for stuff around the house. So it has definitely been used. Again, I went ahead and put my edge on this one as well, but the QSP Penguin is almost identical in size. One other one that was a budget knife I decided to bring out is my CJRB Rhea. And you can tell this size-wise almost perfectly matches up as far as blade, handle, everything. It's just a little bit narrower of a knife, but you can tell size-wise it's a good comparison. This one's just gonna have a little bit more bulk to it, which I like. It has a little bit more weight, and it has a little bit more thickness to it. But very similar knives as far as, you know, size and profile. That's all I got. That's plenty to show you, I think, as far as comparisons. I think most of you guys have seen this knife on other videos, more than likely, because I know there's a ton of videos on this knife. And so my thinking on it is just, you know, give you a real quick thought on it, and that's about it. I'm not going to give you specs on it because you can look those up anywhere. Like I said, roughly, you're looking at, I think it's roughly, what is it, a 4-inch handle, and it's like 2.99 inches on the blade. And this one happens to be D2 on the blade, and where it shows you that on the blade is up here. Let's see if I can see it on this side. You see this up here? I don't know if you can see that D2 on there, but that's telling you the steel type, and this one happens to be D2. They do make them in S35 VN, and then they also make them in a cheaper one as well, in a cheaper metal as well, and I don't remember what that is. I apologize. But for me, this is ideal. First off, let me tell you that this thing broke in much easier than my other one. My other one broke in pretty well, but this one broke in even faster. It's got really smooth action, and then the close on it's very easy as well. If you wanted to give it a little snap with your wrist, you can just go ahead and shut it that way, or you can slow shut it as well. But it's very smooth either way you want to handle it. The pocket clip here is blacked out along with all the hardware, including the pivot. The liners are blacked out, so it's totally blacked out outside of the wood finish. And I know there's a certain name for this wood, and I don't know what it is. I apologize, guys. It's got some fancy name that I'm not really familiar with. But I will tell you that I love the brown wood. I love the wood grain. I love the feel of the wood in hand. It has a grippiness, even though it's wood. You'd think it'd be real slippery, but it's not. It's actually, it looks really nice. It looks really nice. I've been very happy with how it looks and how it feels in hand, and just it fits in the pocket. If you look at the pocket clip here, it's got a very deep carry on the clip. So you're not going to see it at all when it's sitting in your pocket. There's your lanyard hole there. I'm not a lanyard guy, so, you know, I can take it or leave it for me. What else can I tell you about this? This is a liner lock knife. D2 steel on the blade. There's really not much to say about it. It's just one of those, like, everybody should have one in their collection type of knives, because it's just so practical, and I'm not afraid to pull it out and use it, because it does, again, it's reasonably priced. I'm not afraid to pull it out and just use it on whatever project I'm doing for the day. It's a very approachable knife. The one thing I have done on it already, if you look closely, is I have put my edge on it. And let's see if we can get that on camera. I don't know if we can or can't. I don't think I'm doing well with that. But if you can see that, it's got a real nice edge on it. I just used my KME system, and I did it at around 16 degrees. So it's got a really slicey edge to it, as a little bit more than what it came with. It came with an okay sharpened knife, but it wasn't anything spectacular to write home about. It was just okay. That's why I went ahead and sharpened it right away. And now it's blazing sharp. It's stinking awesome. But again, just a Civivi Elementum. Just wanted to share my thoughts with it. I know a lot of people out there have one. With the holidays coming up, go ahead and take a look online, because there's some real values out there. This one particularly, and there's a series. This is one of the older series of making these, because they've made so many different kinds of these now at this point. But this is one of the earlier series that they did with the wood grain, and so they're really reasonably priced. I think they're trying to blow some of them out, and so the pricing is really good on them if you have any interest. Now would be a great time to buy them, and a lot of companies are shipping for free. So just something to keep in mind for the holidays, maybe a good gift to give to somebody or to give to yourself. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I just wanted to give you a quick overlook of it. Hopefully this was helpful in some kind of way. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Appreciate you guys watching my videos here, and take care. Signing off, this is Colorado Dave, and this is Knives in Our Lives.